So today is week 3 and we're gonna focus on the earth element. So we'll start with a tapping technique to activate the stomach and spleen meridian. So you fall forward, you can bend your legs if you need to. And we're gonna start with the tops of the feet, so slapping with the both hands. And then going up the leg, ankle, and then the front of the shin. Going up the shin. Trying to keep the legs relaxed. And then thighs, front of the thighs. Going up the thighs. Make fists into the hip crease. Keep your arms loose. Get major points here that gets blocked because we sit down all the time, so it's good to stimulate them if you sit down a lot, if you sit down for work. Now use the hands and slap the belly. Both sides of the navel. And going up into the hips. To move your collarbone out by taking your arms out, and then you tap. There's a point underneath that we're going to use later. It's stomach 12, it's very sensitive. So you just tap it with the fingers. It's underneath the collarbone. It can be very intense for some people, so take it easy.
Above the collarbone.
So see how if I separate it, you can see this bone here.
Yeah.
It's coming out, just so it's under. It's under, so in the hole. In the hole, yeah. And it's actually, we'll see it later, but it's underneath. But if you tap it, you'll feel it. So towards the middle of the collarbone, under. And then keep using the fingers and go up the throat.
Is that all stomach there?
It's all stomach. Yeah. Going up the throat, the stomach goes up the throat, and then into the jaw. And up the cheekbone, cheekbones, and finish it under the eyes. And then we go back down the same way. Down the cheeks. And then down the throat. You can close your eyes and connect with that pathway. It's going to feel appearing slowly underneath the collarbone. And you can go as hard or as soft as you need to. And then chest. Down the chest. And then down the ribs. Down the belly. And use your fist into the hip crease. And one groove. Just where the thighs meets our belly, major points, and then slap tops of the thighs, front of the thighs, going down, just above the knee, just under the knee, and down the shin bones. Tops of the ankles, tops of the feet. Back up, keep your eyes closed, shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed, neck is long, and feet up, just for a few seconds. Feel the front of the body. So in the last weeks we're going to do all these, now I'm doing them individually in each class, but in the last week we're going to do them all together, and so it's a little routine you can do, all the meridians. Just do these simple stretches or tapping techniques, and then you just warm up the body in that way. Okay, so I'll show you first. We're gonna, like the first week, we're gonna do some sun salutations just to warm up. But I want you to focus because we're working, the earth element is all about the front of the body. So we're gonna focus on, in the sun salutation, on some aspects especially. So we'll inhale up, exhale down, head relaxed, inhale, look up, straighten the spine, and then you focus in this part. So drop the knee, we'll drop the knee and come onto the fingertips. And so you want to open the whole front on one side. Okay. And then we'll go down dog. You can slide if you feel comfortable, or you can just transition, okay? Maybe in the first few, if you don't feel too strong, just transition from down dog to up dog. You don't have to slide. If you feel strong, you can slide. So same thing here, we're opening the whole front, so really focus on that part. And we'll go back, and then we do the other side. So this side, same thing, come onto the fingertips, and then really open the chest, and that point in the collarbone, focus on that point, lift it, and then we finish straight spine and then up. Okay, so we'll do 5 of these together. So front of the mat, feet together, and inhale up, exhale down, relax the head, inhale halfway up, lengthen the spine, look up, exhale, right foot back. Now, fingertips, open the chest.
Is it knee on the floor?
You can have knee on the floor, yeah. So, in the last one, in the first one, you can take it easy, knee on the floor. And if you want to take it further, knee off the ground, straight leg. But we're just warming up, so. Exhale, back. You can slide or just transition, easy transition into up dog. Look up, shoulders back. Back into down dog. And right foot forward. And on the floor, fingertips, open the chest. Inhale. Head relax, shoulders relax. And then exhale. Halfway, lengthen the spine. And up. Inhale. And again. Exhale down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And this time left foot back. Fingertips, knee down, open the chest. And other foot back. Down dog. Press into the hands. You can have your legs bent at first if you want. Either slide forward or transition into up dog. And back. And foot forward. Come onto the fingertips, open the chest, lift the collarbone, look up. And second foot. Relax the head down. Don't force your body down, just relax it down at first. Lengthen the spine, exhale. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale halfway, lengthen the spine. Right foot back. Fingertips, open the chest, open the whole front on the right side. Left foot back. Press into the hands, press into the feet. If you transition by sliding, keep the elbows in. Slide and come into up dog. And back. And right foot forward. Onto the fingertips, open the chest. Now we're opening the left side, and then left foot forward. Relax the head, relax the shoulders. Come up halfway, lengthen the arms, lengthen the spine, and inhale up. 2 more. Exhale. Now trying to go a little bit deeper into every move. Inhale, lengthen the spine. This time left foot onto the fingertips. right foot. And slide or transition. Maybe this time, slide, nice and control, open. And back. And left foot again. Open the whole right front of the body. Right foot. Head relaxed, shoulders relaxed. And halfway, lengthen the spine. And inhale. Last one. Exhale down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the spine. Keep your chin tucked in. Right foot back. On the fingertips, open the chest. Left foot back. Press into the hands, press into the feet equally. Slide forward. And back. And right foot forward. On the fingertips. And left foot forward. Relax down. Halfway up, long spine, chin tucked in. And inhale up. Okay, relax the arms. So I felt like there was some confusion when I said to switch the back foot. So some of you are used to Andre doing always, when we go down, he always says right foot back. Then you do the whole thing, and then he says right foot forward. So basically, what happens is you always move the right foot. So when I bring my right foot back, I'm opening my right front. Okay, and I do my thing. I slide, boom, go back, and then I bring my right foot. Now I'm opening my left side. So it's fine. It's balanced. You're opening one side, then the other. The problem, and someone in the class came up to me last time telling me that they have difficulty. It's harder for them to bring the foot forward when they go from down dog to lunge, and so they want to work both feet equally.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we do the way Andre does it, we actually just work one leg.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was like, yeah, fair enough. That's a good point. If you have that difficulty, or if you just do it that way, you just build imbalance. Even though you're stretching one side and then the other, when you go from there to there, then this leg is working. And then when you go from there to there, then just this side of your core is working, and then actually the whole meridian here is being activated. So that's why I switched legs, and that's how we'll do it when we do sun salutations, just to keep everything balanced and for you to work both sides equally. So lay down on your back, just in case some of you were confused. So it's better to explain since some of you are teachers as well. Just hug your knees into the chest. So the point that we just opened with our fist into the hip crease, this point, by hugging the knees into the chest, gets activated. So you're sort of doing, without realizing, you're doing acupressure. You're blocking that point, and then when we're going to release in a few seconds the legs, you're opening that meridian all of a sudden. So we're going to get back to it later, doing one side at a time. In the class, like I said, with the sides and gallbladder, it's not only about stretching one part of your body, it's also about strengthening it. So we tend to stretch the front of the body a lot, doing back bends and opening the front of the thighs, but it's also good to strengthen it. And in this case, we block it. So it's not about opening, it's also blocking. Blocking allows a rush of blood and rush of energy as soon as we release. So squeeze the knees as close as possible into the chest, and then just rock onto your spine back and forth. So keep a round spine. And try not, so it's easy if you let the knees away from your chest, trying to do it with the knees as close and tight as possible to your chest. Slightly harder, but if you keep a round spine, it'll be easier because you'll be rolling. If you don't round your spine, rounding. Up, keep it round. Alright, just come into sitting. And we open the sides just a little bit. So next to the side. It's not today's focus, but it's a morning class, so we want to open the whole body anyways. So elbows out, armpits open. That's it, hands behind. And then exhale over. Look up. Inhale. One more slowly. Exhale over. Inhale up, and then we throw for 8. And 1, 2, exhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then hold the 8. Hold it here. Breathing, looking up. We're trying to open the top armpit. Slowly come back. Switch to the other side. Hands behind, inhale. And exhale gently over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. And we throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hold the 8th. Breathing here. Bring your breath where the tightness is. Cool. Slowly come back. Okay, come onto your knees. So hands underneath the shoulders. Gently inhaling, lifting the back. Open that part between your shoulder blades. Spread the shoulder blades sideways. Exhale, go the other way. Drop the belly, look up. Lift the collarbone. Inhale up. Exhale, other way. Squeeze the spine now. And again, inhale. Gap the spine. Open it. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now we do the same thing, but we focus on one side by lifting the right knee up into the chest as we inhale, trying to squeeze the knee into your forehead. And exhale, lift the foot up. We bring the foot towards the head. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to throw the leg back. So don't be scared, you can go gently at first, but you really want to throw it hard, all the way to the point where your other knee is going to lift off the ground. And just throw it up and then back towards your head, okay, as you exhale. So we do 10. Inhale up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Alright, 2 slow ones on the other side. Left knee up. Squeeze it up into your chest. Maybe you can touch the forward. Exhale, other way. Inhale up. Exhale. Okay, ready? We go for 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Alright. Slide the hands forward. And then keep your thighs vertical. Look forward. Arms straight. Armpits are coming towards the ground. And we do little bounces here, up and down. Bouncing gently up and down. So if you've noticed, we're opening the front of the body, but just in different ways and different parts, not all together at the same time, so it's more gentle. Alright, now slide the hands underneath your chin. Elbows are out to the side. Bring your knees together. So for this one, it's usually tricky if you've never done it. You don't have to take the hips all the way to the ground, but that's the goal. So you want to take the hips without letting the shoulders lift. Take the hips over as you exhale. And back up. Inhale. Other side. Exhale. Up. One more on each side. Exhale. Keep the shoulders down. And up. Other side. Exhale. Chest and shoulders down. Good. Back up. Alright, just lie on your belly for a second. So because the stomach and spleen, these two meridians, because they're at the front of the body, to activate them, most poses are about backward bending. And of course we're not going to go straight into intense backward bending. We need to warm up first, use some therapy. Warm up the spine with easy cat pose and stuff like that. Easy twist, opening the sides. Then we have more access. And then we don't injure yourself. Most importantly. Just warm a tiny bit more into the back by grabbing the right ankle with our right hand. You're going to do a half bow. Left arm comes at the front on the floor, nice and long. Forward down. So trying to keep the knees close together. Pull the toes back hard so you're stretching the Achilles. That's it. Now inhale. And then use the back foot, press into the hand and lift up at the front. Long arm. And down. One more slowly. Exhale, lift. Trying to keep the neck long by tucking your chin in. And down. Alright, same thing, but we're gonna kick, okay, with our back foot, and we do it 8 times. So inhale. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch side. Alright, so make sure the back foot, the toes are back. You're stretching the kids, everybody's doing it. Okay, long arm at the front, inhale. Exhale, kick. Feel that squeeze in the back. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Lower. And we kick for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And relax. Arms down, cheek to one side. Yes. Good. You guys starting to feel comfortable enough to let out some screams? That's good. Let it out. So yeah, you feel that squeeze in the back. That's what I want. Is to warm up that area around the kidneys, around the waist, before we go into any back pain. Bring the blood in there, and bring the mind in there. Slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the toes under. And so, if possible, come up into down dog from that position. So don't engage your core. So don't let the low back arch. So lead with the bum and press yourself up. Have a go. Beautiful. Lead with the bum. If you're into down dog, your feet are about hip width. And you can bend one knee. So bend the left knee and lift the right hip back higher a little bit. It's a subtle move, it's not a big move. And then do the opposite. Right knee bends, left hip goes up. Feel that stretch in the hips. So do a few of these, alternating left and right. You bend one knee, you lift the opposite hip up. You can't lift it that much higher up, but you just but your heels have to be down. Your heels down. Move your feet back. Get your hands down. Good shoulder width. Yeah. That's it. Keep the heel down. Alright, you've done a few of these. Good. Then come back into the down dog. Stable, still. Heels down if you can. Pressing into the hands. And now pick up the right foot and go into three-legged dog. So you lift the right leg, keep the right leg straight. Don't let the right hip open too much. Keep the hip squared. And now we're activating the whole right side of the stomach and spleen. We're not stretching it, but it's strengthening. You need to use the front of the thigh to lift it. Keep lifting it. Ideally, you want the leg in line with the rest of the body. Beautiful. Bring that leg back down. Catch your breath. And if you're stable, lift the left leg up. So don't let the chest collapse, but press yourself away. Press into the hands. And keep trying to lift the leg higher. activating the left side of the front body. Slowly bring that leg down. Good. Come down into child's. That's it. So a little variation on child's. Have a look. You're gonna bring your fist. There's 2 points, but we're gonna start with this one first. So on both sides of the navel, you wanna bring the fist on both sides of the navel, and then relax down into child's, and then you can use your fist to massage these 2 points. Once you're in there, so it's subtle. Just go down, and you'll see it's gonna press into your abdomen.
On either side of the navel.
On either side of the navel. Your fists are on either side of the navel. It's called stomach 25, and the major points. The navel's not here. The navel's here. If you don't know.
What happens if they're quite painful?
Well, actually, you can relax the fist if it's too painful, and if it feels nice, you can lift the fist using your wrist, because your wrist is resting on your thigh. You can lift it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, if they're quite painful, that means the digestion is not that great. These points are usually painful for most people because they're major points. They're on the stomach line, but they relate to the large intestine mostly. So they're the 2 organs that are very much involved with digesting food, absorbing the food, eliminating toxins and waste.
I get depressed again.
You lift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you don't know, just ask me and I'll come help you. So you have to have tight fists, and so your navel. So put it on both sides of the navel, but about 2 centimeters on each side, then fold forward, and then you can lift your fist by using your thigh as a hinge. And you can even make little circles with your fist. It's not a big move, it's a subtle move. You're right, pull up.
I have very short space between both of the ribs and belly, so when I fold forward, wrists
It's going in.
pushing on my rib cage.
So
So I find that just push fingers.
that's good.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if fingers work better for you, just do the fingers. Just a few more seconds. And because child's pose is a resting pose, just press onto these 2 points gently, don't go hard, and then just once you find that good pressure, you just stay there and let it relax. These points will relax if you don't forcefully press on them. That's why we fold forward and use our body weight. It's like in shiatsu, we don't use our strength, we use our body weight. If you're using your strength and forcing your fist or your fingers into the points, then it's just going to create more stress potentially. Just rest on your thighs. Alright, slowly come up. And come back into down dog. Lift the right leg up and bring the right foot between the hands. Drop the left knee, back foot is flat, and then come up, hands on the front thigh. That's it. So now this time we're working those major points in the hip crease, the front of the thighs. So trying to relax the hips down. And you can open the chest slowly. If this is comfortable, you can bring the hands back and look back. You can look back even if you have your hands on the thigh. And relax the head back. So you're opening the throat. You're opening those points in the collarbone. Hold it there. Slowly come back. Let go of the pressure a little bit. Straighten the right leg. Fall forward. Back. So this time 2 variations. I'll show you the other leg. We're gonna come back up like this, and we bend the back leg. So you can, if you're comfortable, you grab it. If it's easy for you, bring it all the way down. Other option, if it's really tight, you can grab it with the opposite hand and twist. This is usually easier for people. Okay, so you have these 3 options. Just grab it there. You can pull it all the way down. Or you can do opposite and twist. So move your foot, your front foot further forward down. Yeah, lean onto that foot. Okay. So try the opposite hand. Lean forward, lean down and forward. So don't worry about grabbing it, lean forward. Relax your hips down. Open your chest. Open your chest, relax the hips down. Just a few more breaths. Trying to relax the hips down. Those points in the hip crease, that's where you want to open. You're opening the front of the thigh, and then you're also opening those points you're pressing into the belly if you let the belly open. Slowly let go. Now bring the hands back down and then come back into down dog. Now left leg up. And left foot between the hands. Right knee down. Right foot flat. Hands on your knees. You can stay there. This is a nice place to be if you're tired, or even at the start of the stretch, then go deeper. Just give it a few seconds and then go deeper. If you're comfortable here, then open, hands touch the ground, throat open, so you're looking back. And if your hands don't touch the ground, you can hold the back thigh. That's it. That's it. Yeah, if you've never done these poses, it's also a balancing pose. You have to learn how to balance in these poses. Especially when your gaze looks back, you tend to lose balance at first. Slowly come out of it. Very nice. And then straighten the left leg. Pull forward gently. You don't have to have the left leg completely straight, you can have a slight bend. And then again, this time we involve the leg. So it's more intense. That's why we do that one first and then this one after, because it's twice as much more intense. So you want to bend. If you can, you bring your fingers facing forward and press. That's it. to belly. Relax your hips. Give time for the body to open. That won't help. Good. Good. Don't forget to open the chest as well. Get the chest involved. On top of the thigh. That's it. Use the thigh. And bring the line into your front foot. That's where your balance is. Front foot. Press it down. Alright, slowly come out of it. And then come back into down dog. And like we did before, bend one knee, lift one hip up into down dog. And then switch. And do that a few times. To your knees. Sit back and I'll show you. So for most people who study with Andre, he talks about peacock for heart constrictor because it opens the wrist that way. Heart constrictor comes into the wrist like we saw last week in the middle of the palm. But in a peacock, what you're actually doing is pressing your elbows. Your elbows are onto the 2 points we were pressing when we were resting in child's. Those 2 points, your elbows come on both sides of your navel. So what you're actually doing is acupressure onto these major points. And also what you're doing is strengthening the whole front of the body. Okay. So we're gonna try and do peacock, but at first I don't want you to lift the knees. I don't want you to lift the legs, sorry. You can lift the knees, but stay. So use your forehead and keep the feet down and just lengthen the chest forward, open the front, and just connect with those points that you're pressing into the belly. Trying to hold this for a few breaths and then we come out of it. And we're gonna go into child's and then we're gonna try it again one second time while we're trying to lift the feet off the ground, okay? If it's too intense on the wrist, you can stay even on your knees. So the way to get into a peacock, the easiest way is actually to have your knees further forward. You tuck your elbows in, and then you straighten one leg, straighten the other. And then you lift the head up. That's it. So elbows in, knees forward. That's it. Tuck your elbows into your belly. No, they're not into your belly now. Yeah. That's it. Head down. Straighten one leg. Straighten the other. On your toes. On your toes. That's it. Straight legs. So just hold a few breaths, then just go into child's. You can roll the wrists a little bit. It's intense on the wrist if you're not used to it. Yes, Amy. Then lift the head if you can. Yes. That's it. Stay there. Stay there. I know the temptation is difficult. It's there to lift off the ground. So you come down. Yeah. In this pose, the better you tuck your elbows, the more stable your elbows are, the better you can hold after. Because you're basically standing on your elbows. You're doing peacock. That's your only point of contact. Good. Now try and lift your head. Slowly. Slowly lift it. Yeah. You fall forward because your weight is too far forward. Alright, slowly come up. I'll show you again. A few things that happen. If you lose balance, then just have your feet wider at first. Yeah? And if you fall like this, it's because your elbows are not tucked in. Those 2 points, they're right next, they're a centimeter right next to your belly button. Okay, so you want your elbows I know it's harder for women, but I've got a big chest too, so I know your pain. Have your legs wider to be more stable. If you fall forward, it's because your weight is too far forward. So have the legs quite far at first, and then you can lift the head. Okay, if you try to do full peacock, try to go gently. Don't kick the legs up. And how you're gonna do that is by having the legs strong and moving your weight forward. See how I'm moving my weight forward? And then have your legs strong. If your legs are all floppy, then it's not gonna work. Have them really tight and strong. And then lift the chest. A lot of people doing peacock, they're there, just off the ground. You wanna lift. Okay, that's not peacock. But you wanna lift because the energy is going all the way up into the collarbone, and you actually want to be flat, so you don't want to be like this, only your legs are parallel to the ground. You want your front body to be parallel to the ground, so you want to have that lift in the chest in the peacock. So you can try to go back to what we just did, or you can try and lift off the ground. Have a go. Just give it another go. Maybe it'll be easier on the wrist. And again, trying to connect with these points. Feel the points in the belly. Fingers facing back. That's it. And lift the chest. Don't lift the legs, lift the chest. Legs down. Yeah, yes, should be on this. Left leg higher. That's it. So tilt forward, Serge. Tilt forward, that's it. There you got it. Nice. Oh, beautiful peacocks. Okay. Alright, so go into your back. Arms up. And now you probably feel the whole front body. Most definitely feel it. And the belly. Also, this pose is sometimes too intense for people because they have those points in the belly that are really sensitive and really sore. Sometimes it can be the wrist, but a lot of the times is they don't tilt their body weight forward enough because they can't, because it's too painful in the guts. Your whole body weight is going on it basically. So practice this pose, even the beginning of the pose, just on your knees, holding it a few seconds, then straightening the legs, keep the knees, keep the feet on the ground. Practice it, and really practice lifting the chest. There's very few people who can do peacock with the chest up and lengthening the whole front body. Into the chest. And the next circles with the ankle. Do 10 one way, 10 the other. switch leg once you've done 10 on that direction. And really hug the knee into the chest. Breathe down into your abdomen. We're trying to stimulate the hip joint here. We're stimulating the column on each side. Now we're stimulating the descending column. And all those major spleen and stomach points in the hips. Let go of that leg. Grab one knee with the opposite hand, pull it across. Other hand comes behind the head. Shoulder stays down. And you're trying to pull the knee towards the ground. That's your goal. That is the most gentle twist you can probably do. And it feels so nice because you don't have to use strength at all. It's just your hand that's pulling gently, that's it. Slowly let it go. Into the other side. If you had a hard side, tighter side, stiffer side, then do that tight side again. And we all do. It's a good chance to bring some balance back. You need to do that. Alright, slowly let it go. Now bend your legs again into your chest, and this time I want you to, with your fingers, work just along the shin bone, so just on the outside of the shin bone. Use your fingers to press down, and you're pressing down onto the stomach meridian, so you should feel. Help along, and help you if you can't do it, but so here. On the outside of the shin bone. Just on the outside. Yeah.
We're working the spleen as well.
Working the spleen as well. You know? Yeah. You got it? It's about a centimeter. It depends on the people, but it's about a centimeter outside of the shin bone. You guys good? You guys know what you're doing?
Oh, there it is.
You have it? You know it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You'll feel it if you're on it. It's quite sensitive. You know? Yeah. Alright, hug your knees into the chest. And then roll on your spine again. Back and forth. Keep your spine round. Throw yourself. Throw up. Round spine. Use your core. Throw your knees forward. Throw your knees forward.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.
Alright, come into sitting. You come onto your knees. Alright, it wouldn't be a stomach class without a little camel. So, so grab your left ankle. We do a camel variation to start with, and then do a big circle with your arm. Exhale, reach back, palm up, palm facing up. And inhale, big circle back. Same side. So reach, exhale, and back. Okay, and you throw for 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. 8. Alright. Grab the right ankle. And then slowly big circle up and back. Palm facing up if you can. And come back. One more slowly. Relax into it. And back. And we throw for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we just sit on our heels, eyes closed. Left hand into the right. So spine stays neutral. Before we do full camel, we do a quick twist. So bring your left foot across your right leg, facing you. And you can have the elbow, just the elbow. You can grab the knee, grab the foot, whatever you prefer. And then just squeeze. So back hand is close to your bum, as close as possible. So you have a straight spine, it's supporting your spine. And trying to open your chest. You want to have your shoulders in line. And stay here breathing. Pressing your elbow against your knee, pressing your knee against your elbow. Let it out. Get to the other side. Back hand close to your spine. And open your chest. And slowly let it go. Okay. Come back onto your knees. So a few options. You can have the toes under, which is easier. You can just hold your lower back. You don't have to go really far. You can just stay there if camel's too intense for you. But if you want to do it properly, then push the hips forward before anything. Before you grab your feet, push the hips forward. Open your chest. And then I know Andre doesn't want you to let the head back, but the meridian comes all the way up here and into the collarbone. So actually, if you relax the head back, you're stretching the entire pathway. And then you relax your gaze back, you look back into the top of your skull, and you hold it there. Okay? So you can be like this, so it's easier to grab the feet at first. And then if you feel comfortable, you can flatten the feet, or you can just hold your lower back, whichever option you prefer. Just go gently. That's it. Push the hips forward. And let the head relax. Your hands are there to support you. There's no effort. Okay? We're just, the only effort is pushing your hips forward. No effort in the head. And use a hip width. Spread your knees, otherwise you have no balance. Okay. That's it. Stay there breathing. 30 more seconds. Feel the entire pathway in the front body energizing with each breath in. Energize the front body. Open it. Stay relaxed.